So, you might be asking yourself why we have a Bluetooth dongle here. And the reality is that in this situation, our VARs usually can't get access to the building until occupancy is actually provided. So we have an application that's being given to the installers, either the low voltage guys, the electricians, and they can actually control the lights for day zero commissioning. So they can turn them on and off. They can grab address information, firmware information, everything along there, so that they can set up what the map looks like before IT even comes in.
Okay, what about the lights? It's a special lights, right?
Yeah, so all the major manufacturers, Molex, Cree, Philips, they're all making PoE powered LEDs. So
Okay.
only one cable. There's no AC in the grid, right? It's only a PoE.
Yeah.
And all of them, it is a slight premium, but if you take the overall cost of not having to put AC in the ceiling along with the conduit, the cost of master electricians, we can show a 40% cost reduction up front from day one, right? Of instead of putting the AC in the ceiling. So this is our vision, to be honest with you, is every drop ceiling, every raised floor is 100% PoE, no more high voltage.
Okay, what about if I connected these lights directly to the Catalyst 2960 switch?
You can do that. You can
without
do that.
having these switches.
You can have that, but anytime you reboot the switch, it's going to take about 5 minutes for the lights to come back on. So the big difference with this is PoE is always on. Even if the file gets corrupted, PoE is always on. Like I said, we separated the control plane from the power plane. The power plane is always on.
So this one, it's just like any normal switches. The only difference is power, right?
Correct.
So it has VLANs, it has everything, right?
It's DNA ready. It does the auto segmentation.
Okay.
It's essentially our same switch, with the exception that the power has been,
Yeah, but the thing is, because it's only 8 ports, so from cost perspective, if you have as you said, a lot of lights, then it's more cost effective if you have 2960 with 48 ports.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would
so
think.
that can run the network, IP telephony, and lights, right?
So I would suggest that you go do the math of our 3850 versus this product, right? And go ahead and put 4 of these in here to, make it equivalent, and see what the cost delta is. It's not that much. This is a bargain price. It really is. And the other thing, it also gives you the ability to do more of a star configuration, because you can do 2 things. You can do home runs. Like if you had a 3850, right? You'd have to put it in a data closet. You'd have to do home runs out to each device, right? Here, you can use more of a star mentality. You use your gig uplink back to an aggregation switch, and then you would put these and intermingle them in the ceiling, and then you could have 8 devices come off each one. You cannot put a 3850 in the ceiling.
Yeah, so you can mix and match, right?
Yes, you can mix and match. Now, the only difference, though, again, is anytime you reboot the switch. 5 minutes versus 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You want me to show you 5 seconds? Okay, ready? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can say, Andrew, you are very courageous. I haven't even done that demo honest in front of people like that. That's very courageous.
Okay.
And he's recording me.
Okay. So that application is custom built, or
Yeah, it comes with the product. It's available with our product.
it comes with this, so you can download it. If you're using normal switches, you can run it also.
Well, the other switches wouldn't be able to use it, so that is an additional feature that we give to the switches. Now, this is also an SD card here, has a backup of the config file. So if say the light fails or the switch fails, generally in the building scenario, they're going to call facilities. They're not going to call IT. So what we give them is the ability to put this up in the ceiling. Take out the SD card, bring a hot swap one in, put the SD card into the new unit, and then the config files are immediately brought onto the new unit.
Okay. What about software on the
Yep.
which control the lights.
So
one-
yeah, so in
that one is
actually you might be able to
connected
help
to
me
any-
out, but as I understand it, that is using the ACIs of the Touch 10,
Yeah.
right, or the APIs.
The APIs,
And
yeah.
there's still like a Cruston or a
So you still have, like, a
Neutron
Cruston,
controller
yeah.
in the background, but you don't have to have.
No, you don't need to have Crestron in the background.
Really?
No Crestron.
Okay.
Yeah, because the APIs from the Touch 10 and Telepresence Manager are talking directly to the APIs of the lighting system.
Be a co-op,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Would that be a
It doesn't
co-op?
have to be co-op.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's all over IP.
Yeah.
It can be co-op or whatever the actual thing is. So there is going to be middleware software, which is bridging between the API over here and the API of the lights today.
So the software, from where can we get this software?
We just put together ourselves. It's a very simple bit of software. So if we can share it with you, it's not enterprise grade, but that's what the integrator will do. They will actually write that bit of software based upon the API here.
I mean-
Because what you'll see is that we've implemented a very simple round door which says room lighting. You might want to do something slightly different, and you might want to change the design of this. But we've done a very simple one. And we're thinking we might publish it, but we're not really sure. Maybe on DevNet we'll put it over there, just so people know it's not.
I mean, this software, this is an interface only, right?
Yeah.
So it should have like a software.
So when you press this button, there's a call
Yeah.
to an action.
Okay.
So we've written what that action call is to go and talk to lights.
So it's like custom built in-house software, which
But
control these lights.
APIs are available, so it's
The APIs from the Touch 10 to the
yeah.
And APIs to lights.
yeah.
Because we can, so we've hooked into the APIs of the Touch 10 to create that round thing there, right? Because it is a template, we can make that round thing there. And we can say, if you press there, you go to view screen. If you press here, you send an external command.
Okay.
And the external command goes to the lighting systems, management system, which then will send the command to the lights to change the color, as I have over here.
Okay. And then these lights is like out of the box. It has like different colors, right?
So these lights are white tunable lights. So
What is it?
white tunable,
Okay.
which means that they can go to a warm color like this, all the way to a cool color like this.
Okay.
Like most lights, for example, in your office will be one static color. They'll either be this color or some slightly other color, right?
Yeah. These lights available in the CCW.
No. So Cisco doesn't sell lights.
I mean,
Yeah.
like Cisco. There is a lot of things in the CCW,
Yes.
which is not belong to Cisco, belong to
Yes.
like partners of Cisco or
It does,
third
yeah.
party or something like
The
that.
reason why we don't put lights on there is that there are thousands and thousands of lighting manufacturers worldwide, right? So and lighting choice is not something like technology. It's a very aesthetic choice, right? Your architect will be like, I want to put this color light because this type of light because it looks nice in this particular setting, right? Or I want to have that type of light up over there. It's a very aesthetic design choice, so we can't cater for all of them on CCW.
So the color light is only this one, right? This one or not color light?
That one I don't believe is tunable, no. But that manufacturer does have tunable lights as well.
So this one is Philips, right?
This one above your head is NULEDs,
Okay.
NULEDs.